Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Bernardo Silva, as Barca have made move for the Man City mainstay in contact with the La Liga over transfer. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Abde Ezazouli, as the 21-year-old Barca forward's future depends on his performances on the US tour. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Over the past week, the chatter surrounding Barcelona's interest in Manchester City mainstay Bernardo Silva has picked up pace once again. Having failed to sign the Portuguese in the last couple of years, the Blaugrana are set to make another attempt for him this summer and hope that they are third time lucky. However, the move is not easy at all to pull off given Barcelona's current financial predicament and Silva's €80 million price tag. Despite that, the La Liga champions have not given up on the hope to land their top midfield target, with Xavi keen on incorporating the 28-year-old. It has previously been reported that Silva is also keen on a transfer to Barca, and his agent Jorge Mendes is trying so hard to facilitate the move. Now, Gerard Romero has doubled down on the same, stating that Silva and Mendes are indeed very keen for the former to make the switch from Manchester City to Barcelona this summer. It is claimed that Mendes is very eager to help Silva realize his dream of playing for the Blaugrana and has been in regular contact with the La Liga champions. At the same time, Barcelona are making moves to try and land the signing of Silva. Club president Joan Laporta is very keen on that deal, and with the player seemingly on board with the idea, the Catalans have been in contact with La Liga about the transfer. After all, given the club's financial fair play situation, it must be assessed whether the signing of the Portuguese international would fit into their viability plan. So talks have been ongoing with the league to try and facilitate the transfer. Furthermore, Romero adds that Silva would be more than happy to join Barca on a reasonable salary for now, with increments for the future. But everything comes back to the financial situation of the club, and for Barcelona to sign Bernardo, they must make important sales this summer, and Romero specifies that Frank Kessié, who is on the transfer list, would not be considered an important sale. So despite the willingness of Silva and the efforts of Mendes, Barcelona's attempts to sign him with Manchester City might end up proving futile if they are unable to sanction any major sales. Of course, Bernardo Silva's move to Barca looks so complicated and almost impossible when we consider the current situation of FC Barcelona, as Barca-based journalist Gerard Romero have emphasized that, unless there is a big sale this summer from Barcelona's end, Bernardo Silva can never be a Barca player, no matter what. Except they sell players who have value. If they sell a big player like, for example, Frankie de Jong, that is the only chance that you can see Bernardo Silva joining the club. But of course, Barca don't want to do such. Even though there are some reports saying that Barca are still looking to make a big sale, like a big sacrifice. They are looking for the sacrificial lamb. But of course, we know that sacrificial lamb shouldn't be players like Frankie de Jong. We have already brought that up. There have even been a request for player swap between Frankie de Jong and Bernardo Silva, which I believe that it shouldn't go through. And of course, let's see how it goes. But for Bernardo Silva, who is still to this point pushing but for a Barca move, despite interest like from PSG and Saudi Arabia, the player only wants Barcelona. But the only problem now is Barcelona, as they are facing a lot of financial issues. And this report also states that the La Liga champions have approached La Liga to explain the situation to see if there will be a possibility somehow to make things tight up, to have some space to incorporate quality players like Bernardo Silva. And of course, I very much doubt if they will get any positive response from La Liga. Of course, let's see how things go. Josh Mendes, who is close to President Laporta, have been discussing with his client, Bernardo Silva, and have been reportedly pushing him to join Barcelona, which has been Bernardo Silva's dream club. But let's see actually if there will be any way, if possible, to sign the player. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona sent 7 players out on loan last summer. They were given a chance to prove their worth by establishing themselves as starters at their respective clubs, maintaining high quality throughout the season. Of those 7 players, only one of them managed to hit the ground running. Abde Ezazouli spent last season on loan at Osasuna, made himself prominent figure for the club, starting 11. He participated in 28 La Liga matches last season, scoring 4 goals, providing 2 assists in the process. Further, he averaged 0.4 key passes and 1.4 shots per game. Of all the under 25 players last season, Abde finished the season with the third most successful dribbles completed in Europe's top 5 leagues at 6.4, only behind Vinicius and Jeremy Doku. It is clear that Xavi is satisfied with the La Masia Gare's progress over the past year and is willing to give him a chance in the coming week to earn a place at Barca. According to reports from Sergi Capdevila, Abde will pass his medical test on Tuesday and rejoin pre-season training immediately. He is determined to make a comeback at the club of his dreams and has cut short his vacation to just 9 days for the same. He is not guaranteed to spot in Xavi's dynamics next season, although he is well placed to do so. His future will depend on what he shows in the upcoming pre-season fixtures in the US. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.